The US Secretary of State has made a surprise visit to Afghanistan. The trip by Antony Blinken comes just hours after Joe Biden announced the US would withdraw all troops by September. The final 2,500 American troops will come home before the anniversary of the September 11 attacks. But there are fears this will leave a political vacuum. Observers say al-Qaeda could regroup. They're also worried that the Taliban could topple the Afghan government. More than 1,700 civilians have already been killed or wounded in the first 3 months of this year. While the US is hoping to jumpstart peace talks later this month, the Taliban has signaled it will not attend.
If we don't guarantee a peace deal between the Taliban and the Kabul government or make progress towards it, then those gains that we made, the democratic government, the gains for women and children, those all go away as well.
Sarah Walton joins us for more on this. Sarah, what does the unannounced visit signal?
Well, Secretary Blinken has already paid a visit to the Afghan President Ashraf Ghani and had a meeting. And in remarks at that meeting, he said that this trip was a demonstration of the ongoing commitment of the US to the Islamic Republic and the people of Afghanistan. So, this trip coming so soon after the announcement that the US will withdraw all its troops from Afghanistan by September the 11th is an attempt to convince or reassure not just Afghanistan, but the whole world that the US is not simply going to abandon the country diplomatically and allow the Taliban to return to power. Now, Ashraf Ghani has said he respects the US decision, but it has faced a lot of criticism here in the United States, not just from opposition Republican lawmakers, but also from members of Joe Biden's own Democrat Party, because there are fears that moving troops out of Afghanistan would create, as you say, a power vacuum that would allow the country to return to violence, and most importantly, from a US perspective, allow Afghanistan to once again become a kind of place that can harbour terrorists who seek to target the US.
Well, given that President Biden has given a timeline of September 11th, does he believe, or does the US believe, a peace deal can be made then before September?
I mean, they will certainly hope so, but it doesn't feel like they're starting off on the right foot for that to happen. This announcement that troops will leave by September the 11th actually contravenes an agreement reached between the Taliban and the previous Trump administration that US troops would have left the country by May the 1st. The Taliban has already said it will not enter into negotiations about the future of the country until all foreign troops have been withdrawn. And in fact, the Taliban has already said it's not going to take part in talks with the Afghan government that were expected to take place in Turkey this month. Now, Secretary Blinken has said that it's in no one's interest, including the Taliban, to allow the country to return to civil war. But it does feel like there's something of an impasse here, and no sign that there's going to be any kind of meaningful negotiations happening anytime soon.
No, thanks for getting us up to speed. Sarah Walton speaking to us from New York.